Well, it is early days yet. I'm sure in the coming days we will all will be reading laws. We will all be ready. We'll be ready. Okay, so what is it? What is it? How is it likely to be? And we can even start reading into the case before they go to court. But how will Ecobank solve this? I know that is the bigger question, and that is the bigger expectation that everybody is having. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes and ears on the road, as and when they come up, we'll be here to tell you some more.
There were a lot of conversations about Peller coming to Ghana, even whether it will help. In fact, I watched one debate between two people, whether Shatta Pella coming to Ghana will add anything to the Ghana music industry. It will not add anything. Like the guy was
to the Ghana music industry saying.
the guy was so emphatic on the thing that it will not add anything to the Ghana music industry, but it will add something to Shatta Wale. And the other guy debating say, okay, so Shatta Wale or Tom Moku and now Tom and now Tom Bibi or Ghana music industry. If Shatta is gaining, if you accept the fact that Shatta will gain something from this collaboration or this connection, then why are you now saying that it will add something to Shatta but not the Ghana music industry? What is the angle that you are coming from?
Interesting. But then, when you look at the bigger picture, it is a win for her, like I said. A win for the musicians whose songs were introduced on stage, as well as a win for the Ghanaian music industry. So people should put it at the back of their mind that when we talk about unity and unity and unity, it doesn't mean come and let's sit down and eat. That means we are united, no. But some of these small gestures elsewhere, where people are able to recommend others, where people are able to mention people's names, where people are able to big people up. That when Blacko released his album not long ago, some people creating agenda left, right, center. And look at how Shatta Wale responded. Look at how Stonebwoy responded. These are some of the things that we need in the space. When Obiya there, you beg the person up or given the opportunity.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
It already feels like it's been like 2 years since I entered this studio. I don't know why the feeling is like that, but I feel like, hey, when was the last time I entered this place? Well, SM duty called, and when SM duty calls, you know how we do it. We go all out to make sure we execute what we have to execute. Then after, we can also come back to continue with normal activities here on Sammy Flex TV. So once again, we are back on your favorite show, Showbiz Daily, right here on Sammy Flex TV. My name is Sammy Flex. Roland Amate is also back. Obviously, when I get missing, he also gets missing. And Chemo was also missing in action. Of course, Chemo will be missing again. Those who were asking check with Chemo, Chemo will go again. Chemo, tell them you're going again, so they don't even come and ask. Tell them you're going again.
I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll have a loophole to
swerve something.
To swerve the hand.
Okay.
For now,
let's leave it hanging.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamo is thinking about you guys. So.
I
know, right? Roland has faced his.
This media betray.
Yeah, me that big one is still on my head. I'm carrying it. My tail is a pom. Well, it's all good. Let's say thanks to Intimdo Solomon as well as Roland Amate. With the producers, Theophilus Digosh, Desert, and Sam Tuga. First, let's start talking about yesterday's premiere of Broken Desire at Cargo Lounge here in Accra. That is our first ever movie production here under Flex Entertainment Limited. And trust me, when we talked about the premiere, I know there were some people who were wondering how it was going to be done, especially knowing it was not going to be in a cinema. We were going to give them something different. A feel at a lounge where you can sit comfortably, drink on something, sip on something, still have your popcorn, and watch movie on a large screen, large screen with huge sound and all that. And that was really done. Our cast, crew, and patrons from all over Accra came to Cargo Lounge, and it was indeed beautiful. I'll go to Roland first to ask him about his experience, what he saw, and again, whether his expectations were met, over-met, or below-met. Whilst we are doing this, we are giving you some highlights of what happened there on your screens. Chebo was absent watching from home, so we also asked him how he saw the videos and again what it meant to him watching from outside. Ro, let me start with you first. You were there.
Well, for me, I think I was blown away by the reception. Yes, from the beginning of the campaign when the announcement was made, and yeah, let me emphasize that the announcement was made about just 2 weeks. It was just 2 weeks of publicity. And even that 2 weeks itself, it was 1.5.
Yeah.
Because the first week where the announcement was made was almost ending.
Yes.
Before the following week.
Hey, you are right too.
Before
even the following week too, Peller came to stay about 8 days.
But then the people that held forth in terms of the conversation, going from one station to the other, one platform to the other, to still do the campaign, also did a very good job.
Yeah.
At least the things that they said on those platforms also helped in enticing people to come watch it. So I think few days to the main day, that was when personally I started feeling the pressure of, okay, like people are really going to come.
The thing is real.
Because of the other conversations on top of head, so I wasn't really paying attention or following the publicity around the whole thing. But like 2-3 days to the event, that was when you talk to this person, they go like, Charlie, I've received so many calls on this. I've received the last one that even got me thinking like, hey, so was when somebody called you that, oh, he just saw some people on TV talking about a movie that you produced. Can he get the trailer to also post it or help with publicity? And I was like, wow, that's good.
Going.
Yes, the message has really gone far. So, and on the day, it's also reflected. It's also reflected, like having a full house and first showing, second showing, or recording a full house was one that I was really like, I entered, I saw the people, I was like, wow. Indeed, we've pulled it off. And this, I would say congratulations to you as well, and all the parties involved in making this happen. I mean, this is something that is also going to bring a different form of culture into the film industry. You see, that's why for me, I am always skeptical in the conversation of, we need the film authority to do this, we need the film authority to end the empowerment. Yes, they can help as an institution in empowering some of the stakeholders. But if the stakeholders also don't put up something, but decide to sit, I mean, if you said you don't do this, nobody can do anything. But you said you wanted to produce a say pacha. But still, you said, okay, let me do it. And for whatever it is, yes, the primary one is for you also doing or venturing into this kind of space. And the secondary effect is the rippling effect that will go into the film industry at large. Everybody is doing their individual thing. Nobody wakes up to say, okay, I am doing this because of the Ghana movie industry. So when we wake up and we decide to be idle, waiting for film authorities and what organization to come and empower, give you something before you move, then because you are not a true film person. Inti say you from film people. Etna honum say 3 years ni 4 years ni by the fireside crowd produce will be. Now or train say a certain film authority should come and empower them before they enter into some of these things. Then I'm asking myself, say, do you really have the industry at heart? And I say by word of mouth. Well, whichever way that it is, it was a very successful one, and also the calls that are coming from others to also host the premiere of the movie is one that is also of a delight. And I would say congratulations to everybody. Charlie,
I know, right?
Any more broken hearts?
Well, I also want to say big shouts to Fidelia and the team. I think Fidelia really took the mantle and started running with it, because at a point she was the only person who could make it move because we were not available. Most of the people, they even granted the interviews to them. They were expecting me to have come with them. So most of them, they knew Sammy Flex is coming. But unfortunately, Sammy Flex was nowhere to be found. Yet the people really took over the mantle and ran to all these places for it to happen. Charlie, they've done well. That's the only thing we can say. Therefore, big ups to them. And again, to those who are calling, you know, the feeling of having a movie premiere at the lounge is not something that many people would even think about, because they know movie, they say cinema. Not knowing, Charlie, it's a space. You decide to run it the way you want it. I'm sure with Cargo Lounge, even when they saw the setup, the design we did, they would go like, so this could have been done. Maybe they never even thought about it. I'm sure it's one of the reasons why many are also calling for something to happen. But yeah, we'll consider some of them. Chabo, when you saw the video, when you saw the photos, as part of the well wishes of what we're doing, what came to mind first?
My thing was, wow, we have done it. Like, it was so good for me, like just seeing it from afar, just watching the videos like that. In fact, after the setup, I even called. Like I said,
I remember.
I say the setup is done. At that time, I was thinking whether I should come
or not. Yes.
So after that video, I said, okay, this is a nice setup. So how is it going to go? Then the first video I saw coming from you that the house is full. Then I go like, wow, this is it. Like we have done it. And then later I asked for the second showing whether it came on, and then you said yes, that one too was a full house. So I mean, congratulations to everybody who was part of the whole thing and how it was done. I spoke to the other director anyway. We are still on, we did our first conversation, we have to do the second one. So yeah, big ups to him wherever he is.
Mention his name. Why is the other director?
Because he wasn't there. I was expecting him to come there to take
so still give him the credit.
Yeah, so big ups to Director Wolves. Wherever you are, I'm still waiting for you. We still have to have our second conversation.
Very well.
I was able to talk to him, I think on Friday. The show was on Sunday, so okay, our conversation was on Saturday, Then I told him I'll call him the next day, which is Sunday, but I couldn't call him. I will still call you. I know you are waiting for me. So I mean, I think this was good, and again, like I didn't want Roland to even mention that film authority thing, because they don't give any progress. In fact, they will rather sportings if you call them into anything. So for me, I will advise filmmakers, I will advise anybody interested in doing film business not to invoke the authority and those people. When they come in, they are going to sportings. And even what we have done, if they come in, they won't allow us to do it. They will say you need permission, you need whatever. Your place is not designated for showing films and all. So they are bogus for me. I don't want them to come to anything. Because if they come in, if this thing goes up, if our second, like we are getting the publicity, everybody is showing interest, they will come in and spoil it. They are authority, they are supposed to help us push it, more people getting into movie industry. But I bet you, if they come in, frustration is on. So for me, I don't even want us to mention their name. If you are interested in the movie business, do your business. That is it.
Do it the right way.
Just do it the right way. And you are good. That's it. But for them coming in to help Film Authority and all those, they don't help anything. I've never seen anything that they have helped. If there will be any help, it will be to their people. A one chain no more, and yet to help the film industry be and for me, this thing is telling us that the movie industry, the film industry is back. It's fully back. I don't want to hear anybody saying that we don't have film industry, our movie industry has collapsed and all those things. I think we should stop saying that. If an individual who has never done it before, who was doing his thing, but now feel that, oh, I can do movie and people will patronize it and people will love it, and it has happened. It is a testament that the movie industry is back. Because Flex Entertainment is not true and true movie production house or doing anything movie. Apart from criticizing those who do it. That's the only part that we were doing. But now that we are fully going in, also producing movie, it should tell you that movie production in Ghana, movie industry is fully back. For even people outside the movie industry or movie production coming in to do it. It means it is back. And yeah, that's why sometimes it was like I wasn't happy when people like Charlie Frimpong Manso and others were not going in. When they started, like you can see that there's a new energy in the space. Because now they see that, okay, now there is a way for us to do our productions and make money. In fact, some of the industry folks, those who were already in, they are now even showing interest because people like Sammy Flex Entertainment is doing it even when they initially, when that wasn't their core business, or the core business of Flex Entertainment wasn't movie production.
Exactly.
So at this point, we can say that Ghana movie industry is back. If you have something to show, if you want to invest, go all out, do it right, and you make your money. Stop giving excuses, because the movie industry is back. And for those who are also online, we will serve them the way that they are supposed to get it. We are just putting one or two things together, and they will also get the full movie to watch.
Well, so that is a promise from Intimdo Solomon Chamo for all of you, especially the online people. The department is ready to serve you guys. Just give us a few days, weeks, and it will be coming to you. But let me also do this appeal. We are looking for partners. We are looking for collaborators for this movie thing. If you are watching us and you want to collaborate with us, maybe you have a platform, you want us to produce some content for you, guys, we are ready. Let's collaborate. And I'm sure that is why we need to let them watch the first one we've done. After watching it, that's when they'll have confidence. Oh, these guys can do it. They are the real guys.
And you want to market your product in the productions, the movie, and everything.
Charlie, we are ready. Let's do this and let's see how it goes. Now, let me come back to Chemo. Once again, I would ask Chemo to give me a general observation of the Shatta Pella conversation that shut down the whole of Ghana for the past 5 days. Initially, it was TGMA, it was Clash of PROs, it was Kweku Frimpong's album, that is Blacko's album, and everything around the showbiz space. Fortunately for Shatta Wale, his time to host Peller came through and everything went TGMA, Clash of PROs, Iron Boy. As to whether it was designed or not, I think we can leave that to the gods to judge. There's time for everything. Maybe there was time for them to enjoy their hype, and there is time for Shatta and Peller to also enjoy their hype. But in all, when we come online, we saw two various conversations. One against Shatta Wale's hosting of Peller, and one for Shatta Wale's hosting of Peller. There were a group of people who thought, who is Peller? Like, Shatta Pella. This is your level. You are hosting someone and this guy. What is wrong with you? That came. And again, the other side, where some people are going like, hey, you people don't know marketing. If you guys understand marketing and you know what online marketing means, you will not even be doubting why Shatta Wale should host Peller and more. Some of the footage you'll be running on your screen from when we picked him up from the airport, the dinner with Shatta Wale, and again, going to the streets to show love to the numerous fans of Shatta and those who also recognized Peller on the street. But to my fellow Nigerians, please again, hold on with your headlines. and Peller brings thousands onto the street. Please, hold on, because I can give you just simple mathematics, and you know that everything that happened was still Shatta Wale.
We beg.
Peller was only enjoying in the shadows. The first day when we were going to pick him at the airport, many actually thought Shatta was coming too, because Shatta posted several times that I'll be meeting my brother at the airport. So many of the people thought Shatta was coming. The next day, when we had to step out, once again, Shatta Wale is known for this. In fact, without Peller, what happened would have happened. We left Peller alone to go to the Accra Mall. We saw what happened. We left him alone without the company of Shatta Wale. He went to the Accra Mall, walking around there. We saw what happened. So you guys should take your time. I will beg you. We love him. We understand his influence now and all. But at this side, here in Ghana, no. Don't make any mistake to think it was anything he brought to the street. That one day, Shatta Wale gave him the blessings from the street. And we all know about that. Chamo, so you watch from home?
Yes.
You watch most of the activities from home?
Yes, for sure.
I want to know, in all, the conversations around it, what you make of it.
Yeah, but before that, the headlines, like you are saying, I think just allow them to use whatever headline that they want to use.
Okay.
We all know that Peller's strength is online. And for people in Ghana, they also know the strength of Shatta Wale.
Yeah.
So people like, let me use the legal term, reasonable people will know what is happening. There are a group of people who, no matter what explanation that you are trying to give, they will still go the way that they want to go. They will say that Peller is controlling things, Peller is shutting down stuff. The same way there will be people who, no matter what, they will say that Shatta controls the numbers, even online and whatever that they want to. So sometimes allow them, because the reasonable people can figure out what is really happening. Yes, and like you are saying, there were a lot of conversations about Peller coming to Ghana, even whether it will help. In fact, I watched one debate between two people, whether Shatta Peller coming to Ghana will add anything to the Ghana music industry. It will not add anything. Like the guy was
to the Ghana music industry saying.
the guy was so emphatic on the thing that it will not add anything to the Ghana music industry, but it will add something to Shatta Wale. And the other guy debating say, okay, so Shatta Wale otomoku ana oton ana oton bibi or Ghana music industry.
Yeah.
If Shatta is gaining, if you accept the fact that Shatta will gain something from this collaboration or this connection, then why are you now saying that it will add something to Shatta but not the Ghana music industry? What is the angle that you are coming from and all those things? And there were a lot of debates like that. I also saw the one that you were talking about. People saying that who is Peller for Shatta Wale to give him such an extravagant welcoming, the luxury was too much for them. Peller is a small guy, he doesn't deserve it and all those things. There were people who were also arguing like that. And then we have people who knew what was going on, who knew in this era how things work, the new generation, and how new celebrities will come up. I mean, so there were people who were also saying that, hey, for those who are not crediting Peller for the kind of influence that he has, you don't know what is going on in 2025. Because whether you like it or not, he has that influence. When he goes live, we know the numbers that will come. And if nothing at all, you are discussing Peller and Shatta Wale because they have that influence. You will not talk about him or Shatta Wale if they don't have any influence like you want us to know. Meanwhile, you are discussing him, not the other things. So obviously, he has the influence that you want to ignore or you want to downplay. So it was an interesting one, but one thing is for sure, the whole internet space was about Shatta Pella.
Yeah.
Even TikTok, it was crazy.
So I hear.
Yes. Any flip, 1, 2 is Shatta Pella. 1, 2, Shatta Pella. TikTok was even crazier. Like when you compare other platforms, fine, you will see people talking about Shatta Pella and other issues. But for the TikTok, it was more about Shatta and Pella. That's what you will see more. In fact, people who are doing something different will still use Shatta Pella in their videos because it will give them the numbers. And again, when you look at Peller's videos, when he started the challenge, taking over challenge, it is all over the place.
Yes. Now, in fact, that has even been activated again.
Yes, it is all over the place. So there's no doubt about what this collaboration or connection
has brought.
No, like there's no doubt about that. Even major radio stations and TV stations, some of them were even discussing
hard.
Yes, I saw TV3. They were talking about Shatta and Pella coming and what it means to the industry or to the entertainment fraternity in general. So for me, I think it was a good one. The debate will not stop, but yeah, I saw few people, no matter what, they will belong to a certain camp and say whatever that they want to say. And they will even downplay the impact that will come. This is not strange because when Shatta went to Jamaica, the same thing happened.
Okay.
We have people who, no matter what, will downplay the impact. So Peller coming to Ghana and they are doing the same. There's nothing new. But the positive side that we can talk about, not only the conversation was in Ghana here, but even in Nigeria.
Yeah, I heard
some
they
of
were
the blogs that
trends and all.
some of the blogs that I followed, they were talking about Shatta and Pella connections. For their TikTok feeds and also even on some of the blogs, they were reporting about it by giving crazy captions like you are saying. For me, my thing is they were putting them in the conversation. Okay. Now, nobody can say that Shatta is not a household name in Nigeria. If you say that, you are just deceiving yourself. He is now well known in Nigeria, whether you like him or not. You can say whatever you want to say, but he is well known in Nigeria. They are talking about him on their platforms as well. So for me, this is a positive one. And yes, for those who would say negative things or they don't see the impact that this thing is bringing or has even brought so far, let us allow them. But you see, the reasonable people will listen to them and go like, nah, it's either. In fact, let me chip in this. There's one lady who was saying that Peller is not a celebrity. He can't. She
a Ghanaian or Nigerian.
Nigerian person was saying that, like saying whatever, and then there was a Nigerian reacting to it, and his comment was that it's either you don't like Shatta Wale or something else is going on for you to just say whatever that you are saying, because you know Peller's number online. So for you to say something like that, it's like you don't like Shatta Wale or something else is
something
happening.
is wrong.
Yes, and then somebody commented under that post that yes, he is a bimfa. I said, this is right. Then the comment was, yeah, okay, now I understand. So for me, I think we know the politics of the whole thing and other stuff. So when people are talking, and you know where they are coming from, you can easily know you can easily know why they are saying what they are saying. But for me, I think the overall thing is positive. And yes, Shatta is winning, and his strategy, it has worked. Even at this point, I'm surprised that people are asking what is the return on investment. I also watched a video about Olele Salvador asking for return on investment if the team will put out something. Nobody will put anything out. You can find it. The thing is online, so there's no need.
In fact, now numbers have increased and it's there.
It is there. It's so obvious. Peller, before coming to Ghana, his following
was
Shatta
Wale is following and all.
Million. It has increased. Shatta Wale's numbers, it has gone up for. And we know what you can do when you get the numbers. So for them, I think there's no need for anybody to put anything on paper for you to see what is happening. At this point, you know what is going on, and you just have to do your own research or just do your calculations and then see whether it is positive or negative. Judge it for yourself. You just have to be objective. That is it. So I for me, I think this is a good one, and people are really, really enjoying what is going on. Yeah.
Well, so this is an observer of this whole Peller Shatta thing, and I want to believe that if you also observed, you have your own reservations or you have your own commentaries to share. Why don't you go to the comment section to do this with us? Meanwhile, I'll be going to Roland Amate. He was following the action from beginning to end. Let me see what he would also add to this. His Roland Amate, Roland Reports YouTube page also has a lot of videos there for your perusal as well. Ro, what do you also have to say? You were in the action, thick. Yeah, you were in the thick part of the action.
I tell you, well, it was a very beautiful experience. From the beginning of this conversation, I talked about the fact that when people come in our space, sometimes it is very good that we become intentional in directing whatever the conversation is in and around. And that is exactly what happened. We've had people coming and go. And some people, the intentional bit of how to drive conversation is what they carry along as memories. And it was very evident even in Peller's own statement and reaction after the memories that he gathered on the streets of Accra during his 3-day stay. He went to the soft places, he went to the hot places, he went to the luxurious places. Like, he tasted almost every part of the Ghanaian culture. From the slums to the streets to the luxurious parts to whichever part, to the extent that he was even left alone to go to the mall. Left alone to have an interaction with some of his fans. And he tasted almost everything. And as far as a tourist coming into your space would taste. And so far, I know if there's any feedback that would come from Peller about Ghana after today, would be very positive. Even if he had some 1 or 2 bad experiences, I believe that the positives would definitely outweigh the negatives. And that is what we are doing. See, why the Coachella video Flagstaff House?
Make
meal. And that is a memory that will live with him for the rest of his life. This is an iconic memory that not everybody or not so many people will have. Not long ago, Mr. Beast was in Ghana. The fact that you may not know him doesn't take anything away from his online influence. I'm sure even where he went to do the documentary and that philanthropic move or whatever, so many people didn't know him until people start giving testimonies about him, like telling his story, before people would know that, yes, this is the guy. So Chemo will tell you, there are some people who are genuinely poor and some people who have chosen to be poor.
Decided to.
Yes. There are some people who genuinely may not know who Peller is. Because after when the conversation was going on, I saw some people asking certain questions, and from how they were asking the questions, you can clearly see that, okay, like they want to know more about the guy. To the extent I even saw one guy was furious under somebody's post that somebody had posted one of the videos that we shared and did not tag Peller's handle. You know, he is he has an official Instagram account as well as TikTok. For X, he's not on X. So the conversation was going on X, and the person wanted an official account to go and check the person out, but was not getting. And on only there, he was insulting everybody that was commenting without posting the guy's official handle. So you see this person, for whatever it is, he wants to find an information. He wants to know who the guy is. You understand?
We are on for Bekuntoka and
and it was also after
you had the tattoo.
This collaboration that I realized depression and pains are real. Oh yes. Depression and pains, they are real. Because I went on my Facebook feed to check the commentaries and reactions and everything. And some people that I saw were so much focused on Artist of the Year, had left their Artist of the Year campaign. And it is not as if they are running proper commentaries about the Shatta Pella collaboration. All their statement shows that they are in pains.
Yeah.
And who is this boy that they are giving him this pomp and pageantry and they say, depression is real. Pains.
Some guy yesterday I saw his video like that.
Let me see.
Let
me see.
Darlington.
Okay. You watch it. Why would I go to the airport to welcome him?
And let me see.
Charlie.
So whether going to the airport to welcome the person or not.
Agama lizard connection be here. Na maintain. He was responding to video be a emfa Shatta Wale who emfa mu. Oh yeah, the be seen mu this am flex and Shatta Wale be.
So at this point, there are some people who are like they've chosen to be ignorant. Like I said that. So yeah, the service be Jimmy Kakra. That is it. That is it. But when it comes to the positive side of this whole collaboration, and it plenty. And here I will salute Shatta Wale and the entire team for seeing the vision around this.
Yeah.
You see, keeping a brand relevant comes in different ways and different forms. Some may be in line to whatever career path you've chosen. Some may also come unorthodox, and some may also come as add-ons. An artist would invite somebody. It is one of the reasons why Tiwa Savage will fly Peller in a private jet. Not as if said they have somewhere to go. Let's roam around Nigeria. It is one of the reasons the video will wake up from or would invite Peller into his space and say, come and let's do TikTok live. It is one reason Anthony Joshua will do this. It is one reason you have top celebrities waking up from their home, go to Kaisen, like begging to be in Kaisenite's live
stream. Yeah.
And it is one of the ways to boost your brand. Like Chemo said, if you want to know about the return on investment, they have evidence on there. The ones that can be disclosed, they are there for you to see. The one that cannot be disclosed, of course, it's an internal conversation that we are having. But then we decide whether to share or not to share. But the ones that we don't have any control. And my final one will be the captions that you are talking about. Go and sleep. There is nothing you can do about it. If you like, give us 1,000 captions. Give it to them. Choose from these captions. You lie by. They will still write what they want to write. Somebody came to airport and they said over 10,000 people. 10,000 people went to meet him at the airport. Somebody's writing caption about you. You want to go and fight caption. Sleep.
Well, so once again, congratulations to the mastermind of this whole deal, Shatta Wale, and to Team Peller, if they are watching from Nigeria. Thanks for connecting with you. And I like the fact that they listen. They are a very listening team. You tell them to go right, they'll go right. Tell them to go left, and they'll go left. I want to believe that this partnership will go a long way to bring benefits or profits to both brands, Peller as well as.
Oh, I beg 1 minute. Let me address this. So I also saw some comments about the choice of vehicles that were convening the whole team in terms of activities, even branded in Shagsy. Of course, this whole movement was sponsored by Shagsy. And in terms of even the choice of cars, the luxurious, the SUVs and stuff, As much as we may not be so much loud about the publicity of luxurious cars in Shaxa, this is part of its operational system.
Okay.
Where if you are an organization or an individual and you are coming into the space, maybe you may not need or you may not want the smaller ones, the normal ones that are being used in the company, as let's say the normal ones that we know for ride-hailing services. Shaxa can also provide luxurious vehicles of that caliber.
Okay.
In terms of conveying you from one place to the other. And that is what we also leverage onto exhibit. So for people who did not understand the fact that, okay, we're using SUV cars and these are not quote and unquote normal to ride hailing services, Shaxa also provide vehicles of that caliber where regardless of your status, if you can afford, we can still make it happen to you. It is from moving you in your comfort from one place to the other. And that is also another part of the conversation.
Well, so big shouts to Shaxa. It is time to ride for also making this possible. We pray that in the near future, more of these collaborations will be happening. As it stands now, even if not for anything, we are enjoying the kind of partnership, the kind of camaraderie, the love between Ghana and Nigeria, especially in the online spaces. So more things coming up in the near future. Now, before we do the final one, I don't know if you guys have seen a video of Amarae performing at Coachella and the fact that she used some minutes of her performance time to do some songs from Ghana, some back-to-back songs from Ghana. And in the process, she mentioned that all the songs that I performed are from my country, Ghana. I love Ghana. And there are many people who are shouting, wow, wow, wow. That was brilliant. Amarae using her platform to promote Ghanaians and their songs. And I said, well, maybe it is like that. Information we have is that she performed over 54 minutes on that stage. Like she had a lot of time to perform on the stage. And of course, if you have more time like that, you have to be creative to see how best you can use the time. But she said something which is profound. The fact that she was calling people to start looking at the direction of Ghana when it comes to music, mentioning the artists whose songs she performed and more. Let's listen to her. When I come back, ask my people, what do they make of what Amarae did and why social media seems to be going crazy over the act. Watch it. I'll be back. Let me go on to start this with Roland, who has been following more events and more. Ro, what do you make of it? Are you also singing the praises of Amarae?
Of course, she's done very well.
Okay.
And I would say congratulations to her. I think she gave a very beautiful performance. When you check her stage craft, antics, and everything, delivery, and also the response from the crowd. Any event organizer would just be smiling and be happy when they see an artist that they built to perform do this magic on stage.
Okay.
What she did on stage by introducing other act song, that is other musicians from Ghana song, into her set is what I would call a win-win situation for all. You know, Amarae, as much as she may be big in her own space, in her own dealings, is also, as it were, looking for some strong validation from home.
Endorsement, yeah.
Endorsement from home. She's tried so many avenues and most of them have fallen on hard rocks. And either way, any other way that she would want to do it, this is one of the best ways. And of course, whoever brought that particular plan, I would say big ups to the person. If it is even from her and her entire team, I would say congratulations to her, because whatever they were seeking to achieve with that plan is really going down. Now there are so many people that are developing love for Amarae simply because she's put Ghana on, or she's put other Ghanaian musicians on, which is one of the popular phrases in almost all the captions or the statements that are coming with the video. Oh, she's put Ghana on, she's put Ghana on, she's put Ghana on. This would help her solidify that love that she's always been yearning for from the base. And that is the Ghanaian music market. And for whatever it is, at least she's also given that stamp that, yeah, she can go beyond the 30 minutes, the 40 minutes that is usually given to acts from this side on that particular platform. Okay. We've not had much representation on Coachella stage as Ghanaians. But then, this is somebody that the first female, the first Ghanaian female musician to perform on Coachella, and she has over 15 minutes form of performance, unprecedented. and at least she was not selfish. She was able to introduce other people's songs. Somebody will say, yes, even if my catalog may not reach that number of minutes, then I would prefer to do my catalog and but she decided to do. It is a win for her because she will win herself some love. It is a win for the artists whose songs were performed or were played on the platform. And it is also a win for the entire music industry. So when people come and say, oh, and now we have to unite, now we have to unite, now we have to unite. Do you know that even with what she did, there are some people who still can find problem with it?
Oh, of course.
They will tell you, oh, if she really wanted to put them on, why didn't she invite them on her set?
Someone will say, why didn't she record songs with them?
With them. And it did. If somebody wants a problem with you, hey, Opa, Shatta white, Utikusi Unase. You better say they are black and a inside.
Interesting.
But then, when you look at the bigger picture, it is a win for her, like I said, a win for the musicians whose songs were introduced on stage, as well as a win for the Ghanaian music industry. So people should put it at the back of their mind that when we talk about unity and unity and unity, it doesn't mean come and let's sit down and eat. That means we are united, no. But some of these small gestures elsewhere, where people are able to recommend others, where people are able to mention people's names, where people are able to big people up. That when Blacko released his album not long ago, some people creating agenda left, right, center. And look at how Shatta Wale responded. Look at how Stonebwoy responded. These are some of the things that we need in the space. When Obiya there, you beg the person up or given the opportunity.
You're born so yeah.
Yeah.
So me, I would say big ups to her. I think she's winning with that particular move, and we hope that moving forward, others would also emulate if they can, and yeah, by force, if they can, because I also saw Kim Promise on Black Sheriff's one of Black Sheriff's show. You know, Black Sheriff is on tour. And one of his performance, Kim Promise went there to surprise.
Oh, I see.
Yes, Black Sheriff. So it's a win for Ghana, and I'll say congratulations to all of us.
Well, I think I've seen another video where a certain gentleman was talking about Black Sheriff store. I'm sure maybe from tomorrow we'll go deeper into that video to check what is in there. But Chemo, on the Amarae thing, you have also seen it. And what do you say?
I think it's positive. She has done well, but she should be careful.
Hey.
She should be very, very careful.
She should be careful.
No, you see, this thing, don't help people who are not asking you to help. That's why I'm saying, so it is positive. But why I'm saying she should be careful is the fact that if she makes mistake by doing some of this thing, it will go against her. So she may have good intention. But if you say sorry for Asaka boys, it's not true. It's for your talk, and you didn't mention your talk. So when your talk is furious about you not mentioning him, it will be a problem for you. But your intention is clean. That's why I'm saying that.
It is my favorite group from Ghana.
Yes, that's why I'm saying that she should be careful. What I would tell her is that if she would do that, I am feeling that this came impromptu. When she was on stage, maybe something came to her head that, no, let me do this, and then she did it. But if it was something that she planned, then next time the people that she wants to put them on, she should contact them. Okay. Talk to them before you come out to do this, so that you get it right.
Okay.
That's why I was saying that
I get it
she should be careful. Yes,
I get it now.
Because
so you can avoid some mistakes. Something else to some people.
To some people, yes. You may have clear intention, you may have good intention, but the results may not be the one that you were seeking for. So this is positive. But don't, like Roland is saying, others should also emulate if they can. They will go and do it, but it will be negative for the people that they want to do it for. Some of the help will be negative for the person that you want to help. So be careful when you are trying to help someone. It's better you seek their advice or you seek their permissions or you try to do it the right way when they are part of it. They can't tell you how to do their songs, but calling and saying that, okay, who is the owner of Sorry, and then they will mention your talk. When you go on stage, you will not mention Asaka, you will say your talk instead of saying Asaka boys, and your talk may not be happy for you giving his credit to others. So for me, so for me, I think it's good what she did. The positive in there is more than the negative or the mistake that she has made. But going forward, he should do her best to avoid some of these things so that it will not bring any controversy. After trying to help, then you find yourself in trouble, or it will not bring the result that you are looking for. So for me, yes, kudos to her. This is positive. It's an initiative that others can emulate, but they should do it right way. They should do it right.
Okay, so how about those who are also with the school of thought that, oh, if she had enough repertoire for stage, you know, you might have songs, but not every song is good for stage. If you had enough repertoire for stage, she might not have paid attention, and that she also needed that slot to bring in those songs to fill a void.
Of course.
They have a point, but it is a weak point because she can also decide not to sing any other song but leave the stage. I mean, they will not force her that when you finish doing your songs, do other songs. Or she could have decided to do songs from other countries, not Ghanaians. So it's a weak point.
That one too, they will cause pains. Papa.
Yeah, you can give that argument, but it's a weak argument because there are other options that she could have taken that will not benefit Ghanaians or the Ghanaian musicians. So we have to applaud her for using Ghanaian music. Just that she should be careful so that she can get it right. That's the only side that I will caution her. And again, some people may not even want you to mention them when you are on stage. So you have to know all those things. Because it could be a legal issue. Yeah. You're in your mind, you want to mention them. Then later they will come that, no, I don't want you to do that for me because it will give me negative publicity or whatever. Rights. And it could be so many things. So for me, I think this is positive, but they should do it right. She has brought out something that we can think about. Any Ghanaian musician on any platform may also decide to do something similar. But the thing is, ask around so that you do it right. So for her, I think, if nothing at all, she has opened our eyes to the fact that we can mention others even if the spotlight is on you, so that they will also get a shine small or something like that. But we just have to make sure that it is done in the right way. You can't just say, I want to help people without doing it the right way. That one, your help will not give the result that you're looking for. Yes.
Well, we all want to wish everybody well. So, Amarae, that was a smart move. And again, it was good that you also shone some light on Ghanaian musicians and their songs. Let's pray whether this will be a thing for once or it is likely to continue for some days of some years of performances. Let's see how it goes. Now, let's do this one finally so we can run away from here. Our time is up. It's about Sarkodie versus Ecobank. Some of us, we have seen the ad already. We've seen the flyer. Chebo was telling me earlier that, oh, there is even a video to that effect, but I have not seen the video yet. But for the flyer or for the poster, we've seen it on several occasions, like the way it is all over the place of Ecobank running a campaign, conscientizing people, warning them that, hey, be careful. There are still some fake and scammers around. Make sure you don't fall into their trap. That is the whole thing that Ecobank started. Unfortunately for them, they used a doppelganger, or better still, let me say, a lookalike of Sarkodie in that particular shot. And that is why Sarkodie seems to be closer to court at the moment. He's not entered yet, but he's very close.
He has entered.
He's entered?
Yes.
There's a rate of sermon.
He's just waiting for Ecobank to also enter. So on the sermon, they have given Ecobank 7 days to appear, like to enter appearance. So for Sarkodie, he has entered and now inviting Ecobank to enter appearance.
I thought this one was from his legal people.
This is from court.
Court of competent jurisdiction.
Money appraiser. And that's on birthday in the next 7 days.
Yes, they
So
have
you're
to
waiting-
enter appearance.
So you're waiting for Ecobank's response.
Yeah.
No, to enter appearance.
Yes.
Eh,
No, that would be
that's
the
the response, yes.
Yeah.
Well, but what is Ecobank's crime? Let's take our time to do some analysis here. Then we can run away from this particular story. What is Ecobank's crime? I'm going to analyze the adverts as was done by Ecobank, and we'll need some legal advice. My lawyer is not here, but Chemo pocket lawyer is here. It says, so Ecobank put out a post or a flyer or a post, and they say, hashtag it is giving scam. Many people have not seen it. Many have not seen it. There's a hashtag it is giving scam. And they write boldly, looks can be deceiving. What is next? They write that we are live with our anti-fraud campaign. Looks can be deceiving with the hashtag it is giving scam. For a confidence trick to be successful, it needs to look innocent and original. For a confidence trick to be successful, it needs to look innocent and original. This campaign is aimed at raising awareness on fraud detection and the various forms of scams in our industry. This campaign is aimed at raising awareness on fraud detection and the various forms of scams in our industry. And, oh, there is something down there. I don't know who has the full thing. There is something down there on the flyer. That is here is what you can expect, eh? Yes, here is what you can expect. Do you guys have what is down there?
No, I don't.
No, I'm looking for mine, but
Okay, I don't know if there is something down there, but
the one
I suspect there should be something down there. Here is what you should expect. This is how it all started. And now, what the team or the legal team of Sarkodie is asking for is this. Chamo, maybe you can read what you have for me, because
the rate of summons.
The rate of summons.
Okay.
The statement of claim, as a matter of
yeah,
fact. Let's
yeah.
just go straight to the statement of claimant.
Okay. So the statement of claims. Wherefore the plaintiff claim against the defendant as follows. So, remember here for now. This is what the plaintiff is claiming. What they want. Okay, so the first one. A declaration that the conduct of the defendant, in this case, the defendant is Ecobank, in publishing the image of the plaintiff, and then the image of the plaintiff is Sarkodie, in relation to its product, is a breach of each product now is Ecobank. Ecobank product is a breach of intellectual property right of the plaintiff.
I say his image.
Yes, his image. Underline the word
his image.
image. Okay. B, a declaration that the conduct of the defendant in publishing the image of the plaintiff in relation to its product is in breach of the provision of the Protection Against Unfair Competition Act 2000, Act 589. That's the second one. Okay. So the third one is an order of perpetual injunction to restrain the defendant, its agent, and assign associating the image of the plaintiff with its product without the consent of the plaintiff. Still image. And then D, an order for the defendant to withdraw all publication of his image in relation to its products. Then E, an order for the defendant to pay damages as compensation for the breach of the intellectual property right of the plaintiff. And then F, cost. That's just cost. Nothing more, nothing else. Nothing else. So this is more legal terms. So if we just have to break it down small, for the first one, the declaration that the conduct of the defendant in publishing, okay. So what they are saying is that Sarkodie is saying that Ecobank has published Sarkodie's image and it is against intellectual property rights.
Okay.
That's the first one. And then again, what the publishing now, again, is against unfair practice. Competition and so Ghana law against it. And then the C is saying that because of that they should put injunction to restrain the defendant just to restrain them from posting the image again, whether through the Ecobank or their associate agents. So they will be can say hey, stop posting it and all those things.
Okay.
And then again they are saying that on the Omar posted that on the crown, they should take it off. If they have posted it anywhere, if they have published it anywhere, they should tell them to stop. And then the crown, they have to compensate Sarkodie for damages. And then they didn't state the amount that they are looking for. And then the last one is the cost, whatever cost that Sarkodie being careful bringing this suit to, they should take it from Ecobank.
Okay, let's close. Chabo, so what do you make of this? What future do you see in this?
It's an interesting one. The thing is, Ghana, we don't have direct laws that will protect someone's personal image. We don't have it. There's no law that some people call it.
I remember one of the attorney generals was pushing for a copyright court of a sort some time ago. I don't know how it ended, but we are in Ghana. I don't know if you remember this.
I remember.
But we
I
have
think between the Attorney General and the Chief Justice as at that time.
Yeah, we have copyright laws.
No, they were actually going to set up like
a law court that will deal with copyright issues. Yeah. I think that will help. Ghana, we don't have image rights law, like a right that will protect your image and how it is used. Some people call it right of publicity or right to publicity of your image. We don't have any law like that. So the only way is to use other laws that may have connection to it. So the interesting part is that if this thing gets to court, like if you go to court proper, after they enter appearance and then the judge decide that, okay, there's a case for Ecobank to answer, then it is an interesting one, because after the case, we will get clear law to defend image right and how it should be used. Okay. So the one that will get closer to image right is the Constitution, I think section 18(2). That one is about privacy. Okay. Yes. So it's not a direct one. It's about privacy, and the privacy is saying that to use somebody's image for commercial purpose, the underlying word is commercial. For commercial purpose, you need to seek the consent of the image owner, and they are saying that because your commercial purpose of using that image can bring damage to the image, the person in that image. Yes, because if you are using it for commercial purpose, but people will ridicule the person in the image without the person's consent, a defamatory. Yeah. So the laws that are closer is the article in our 1992 Constitution talking about privacy. And then when you come to copyright laws, intellectual property rights, then that one, it is about your image, direct image. If you have an image, then that Copyright Law Act 005, 2005, Act 690, Section 19, specifically Section 2, it is stating that when you are using an image or copyright of anybody at all, and that it is going against their commercial interests, then they can seek for damages or redress. Okay. If it is against their commercial interests. So that is what is closer to what we are having here. Okay. But we don't have direct one that Sarkodie and the lawyers can quote. Okay. I think that's why their claims were not so straightforward like that. I think they will only defend it if the Ecobank people enter appearance. and we don't know how it will go. So let's assume that they will enter appearance, and then the court will find it necessary that they have a case to answer. Then what kind of defense would they put up? And what kind of defense will Sarkodie and his team put up? Just looking at the rates, the way that it is, I think we can't say much for Sarkodie and his team. But we should be careful, because they may have some evidence that they only show it when
the
case come to court proper. So it will be an interesting one for me.
I see.
And I think the way that they are going about it now, based on the statement of claim, they are stating emphatically or explicitly that the Ecobank people are using his image. But for what we know, is a look-alike or a doppelganger, as some people will call it. So how are they going to defend that thing? Whether it is his image or a look-alike image. So if it is a look-alike image, the copyright law will not hold, because for the copyright law, it's supposed to be your image. So if it is not your image, if it is not your original image, your image is, it could be that, okay, you did a photo shoot somewhere, you posted it online, and then they go and copied that your image, or you were in a certain video, they copied that image. So that one is not like they have taken it from somebody looking like you.
Yeah, your direct
image. So if it is not your image but a look-alike image, it will not hold. That's why I'm saying that it will be an interesting when we get the other side. Because for me, I see the Ecobank law team going to say that we didn't use his image, so the case should be dismissed. I think that's why they.
And of course, that is their fact.
Yes, because they didn't use your image. It's a look-alike image, and your claim here is saying that they used your image. So why they don't have a case to answer if they didn't use your image? But if for whatever reason the court will accept that no, what they are claiming is true, so you have a case to answer, then I think Sarkodie and the team, they are going to defend the fact that they are using it for an unfair competition, as they said it in the thing. Because some people may look at that and see that, oh, this is Sarkodie endorsing Ecobank. But the counter argument will be that reasonable people will not have that assumption.
Okay.
That will be the counter argument. For anybody assuming that this is Sarkodie, the counter argument will be that those people were not reasonable, or they are not trying to be reasonable. So what the Ecobank team can do is that they will do a survey, put the picture there, and ask people, is this Sarkodie's image? So if anybody will see, oh no, this is a look-alike, it means yes, it is not Sarkodie's image. That's how I think they will counter something like that. But the positive side for Sarkodie and the team will also be that, okay, this is not direct Sarkodie's image, but your intent is for people to mention Sarkodie in the whole conversation. So in a way, you are indirectly using Sarkodie. That's why you even went for the image of a look-alike. So it will be an interesting argument that I don't know how the judge will situate what is happening here when we don't have specific law dealing with it. Only thing will be that we will use what they call common law, what has happened somewhere else, and before, if they think that it is relevant to it, they will go for it and all those things.
And it has similarities.
But I see it just stopping at the entry level.
That is if the judge would agree.
Yes.
Because if it comes to a judge who really has more information about some of these things,
yes,
you think no, it goes beyond what you think.
Yeah.
But if it happens to be a judge whose knowledge about this copyright and imaging is less, then also because okay, you said your image. Is this you? Are you the one here?
Yeah.
Okay, there is no case. But if someone has some information, no. It goes beyond just It's going to be interesting.
It's an interesting one, and let's see how far this thing will
But
go.
They are really going to face giant too. Ecobank is big.
Big, yes, and it will not be any mere lawyers.
Ecobank is big.
So I want to believe Sarkodie and his team they have calculated
Ecobank
all
is
these
one
things.
of the biggest banks in Africa, and
yes.
definitely
Yes.
they can employ competent people. And I want to believe that even this, before they will do it, they will do all this legal assessment to know the loopholes in it before they will let it go out.
Yes.
Because like you said, they know that yes, when this goes out, Sarkodie will be discussed. When Sarkodie discussed, what are the implications?
Yes.
Oh my now.
Yes. and for the Sarkodie team, they can also be playing games here. You see, corporate organizations don't want negative news around their brands. So when they put in something like this, they may not wish that it will go to court, but rather they will settle.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, they don't want it. So the team can also calculate it and say that let's put it in.
I'm sure maybe that's why they did not even cost it.
So they will go like, this thing we don't want it to go to court. Let's give these guys something so that we don't even discuss it, because it is negative for our brand as a corporate organization. So Sarkodie's team may also be playing that game. I mean, when it comes to legal issues, it's not always about being right. It is also about knowing the laws and how to navigate your way through it. So it's an interesting one. Like when you consider all angles, it's an interesting one. Just that I've seen some people, some commentaries so far that I've seen, they were more like going for Sarkodie and the team and saying that Ecobank, they have a case to answer and all those things. For me, I will tell them that they should relax. It is not as easy and simple like the way that they wanted to look.
Well, Rose, take over from there and let's see how
it is indeed an interesting conversation. For me, one thing that I am very much interested in, and even though it may not even come out, is the first response. You know, before you accept the writ of sermon, there's a first letter that is served you, right? From the legal team. They will serve you a letter for you to respond. And out of that response will determine whether they would want to push to court and give you a writ of sermon or not. So for this to go to court, then it means that, or to get to the period of a writ of sermon, then it means that there was a call and there was a response to it.
Sometimes they don't do it.
So my own is that I just don't want to believe Sarkodie and his legal team will just push for this. I believe there was a letter. I believe there was a letter. And you see, as big as Ecobank also is, maybe they are also ready for the fight.
They'll call your bluff.
Because like you said, before they run ads or some of these campaigns, we also don't want to believe it may be from a certain marketing head to say, why don't we do this, and pam, they roll it out. No. They will also probably might have assessed all the legal implications around it. Because like we are saying, it may not be Sarkodie's direct image, but there is an intention here. And if the other party, the plaintiffs, are able to prove your intentions, forget they have you.
No, the intention is what the advert is saying.
That is what, So, no, you see.
That's what is out that you all know.
That is what is
but
out.
If they can go beyond that intention.
What I mean is that they are saying that beware of fraud. Beware of scam. Most of these boys, as we call them, lookalikes, they are going about portraying to be or parading to be the original. Like Kwame Eugene guy. The Kwame Eugene guy. You see him on stage performing and all the artists ask Kwame Eugene. Is he Kwame Eugene?
No.
In fact, if you see him performing and someone doesn't tell you that is not Kwame Eugene, you wouldn't know.
Or if you don't know Kwame Eugene very well.
Exactly. That is what the intent of the whole art is.
But you see, it goes beyond you assuming. Said that is the intention. The fact that you may even go on the street and ask people and they may maybe collaborate with that particular statement still doesn't stamp the intent. The intent can only be proven when you have evidence that I sat in the comfort of my home, did a meeting, planned that this is what I was going to do. I may not use your image, but I would find a lookalike with the intention of robbing your name in my campaign. or rubbing your image in my campaign. If the plaintiffs are able to prove that, and here it goes beyond just looking at the ad and what on top of mind awareness may bring. Oh, I have credible information that this is not, because there are certain ads that may roll out and the intentions may not be the results that they may be getting. Ebia, we wanted to use Chemo for a certain ad campaign. And Chemo, when shooting, was in a certain shirt, maybe a Nike shirt. We didn't know. Our intention was not to call to advertise Nike. But after rolling out that campaign, we realized that so many people were fixated on the Nike of Chemo on the Nike on Chemo shirt. With this particular scenario, your intention from the beginning was not to advertise Nike. But unfortunately, when it went out, on top of mind, people were able to identify Nike more. So they can also tell you that when we sat in the comfort of our offices planning all these things, our intention was never about Sarkodie. Nobody even mentioned Sarkodie. You understand? Perhaps even the double gagger that we are even talking about, we even mentioned him by his name and not even by who he looks like. You understand? So, if the plaintiffs, that is Team Sarkodie and his legal team, are able to prove that during one of their meetings on this day, somebody mentioned, let's go for this, because mind you, they have Kim Promise as their brand ambassador.
We are okay. We are still not sure if his ambassadorial deal is
it's there. It's active.
Okay,
it's active.
They are still playing his
ad.
His images.
You see,
I know that Chemo don't be moved by that.
and no, my own is that they have Kim Promise as a brand ambassador, and they have we have the look-alike of Kim Promise. So
they have used him in one of their
exactly.
Yeah.
So
also doing the
same thing. Yeah.
So if that is what your intention is, why don't you see the way you intentionally decided to use the look-alike of your brand ambassador? What was the motive? To tell people the difference between the original and the fake. Now, this is somebody that is also working for a competitive brand. This is somebody that you have not employed. Yet you are also intentionally trying to tell people about an original and a fake, thereby causing his name into the conversation.
Yeah.
It is a very interesting one.
Now, look alike the Omunidi. Obisawa Munidi.
And then they ask him.
Obisa Munidi.
And then they ask him no. And because we don't have direct laws in these conversations, and we've not had cases like this in our space. I believe after this particular conversation, we are going to have now a referral where people, even if the laws are not there currently, people can still refer to this case even subsequently. And it is an interesting one again, because if Sarkodie and his team, I don't want to believe they just want to go and say, okay, because it is a corporate organization, let's push them. And they may say that, oh, we don't have the time to come and talk about this, so let's settle. No. I believe if that was the case, we wouldn't be seeing a writ of sermon. That is why I'm saying, I believe there was a first letter. And they called it bluff, or maybe they trashed that letter. That is why there is a writ of sermon. And and Ecobank really wanted to settle this as a normal corporate organization would do. And from the first letter, probably in that reply, they will call them to sit down, settle, and maybe let them sign a hard NDA. And tell them we don't want any of this conversation out. And that is where we would have landed. But for it to get here, we are in waiting.
Well, it is early days yet. I'm sure in the coming days we will all be reading laws. We will all be reading. Okay, so what is it? How is it likely to be? And we can even start reading into the case before they go to court. But how will Ecobank solve this? I know that is the bigger question, and that is the bigger expectation that everybody is having. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes and ears on the road, as and when they come up, we'll be here to tell you some more. This is how we bring today's edition. to an end. That is today's edition of Showbiz Daily to a successful end right here on Sammy Flex TV. To Team Sarkodie, we wish you guys well. We want you guys to win, and when you guys win, it will mean as creatives now people will be careful how they play with our brands. Sometimes people joke with the brands of celebrities too much. So we are all behind you guys. Push harder. Let's see how it goes. But with the kind of quarter, no indeed. Special thanks to the producers Desert, Sam Tuga, as well as Theophilus De Gosh, to Intimdo de Solomon Chamo, and to Roland Amate, and to the people who came for our premiere. Thank you so much. To the team lead, Miss Fidel, Roland Jose, Honorable Fidelia. Big shouts to you and all your team, your cast and your crew. You guys did an amazing job on this. You gave us some respite to rest, and you guys decided to go hard in making the campaign work. We are sure going to do some more, so keep your eyes on the road. We shall be meeting again in our next video. Drop your comments, subscribe to us. Let's do more. My name is Sammy Flex. We're out of here. Bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fa check it. Fa check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Fa check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Put sugar level, fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.